What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we're going to talk about the differences between urethane, microcell polymer, and reactive resin. Now, the purple tank, the desert tank, and the thrill all share the same flux core, which in 15 pounds has an RG of 2.57 and a max differential of 0.015. Now, this is a very good thing because the only difference between these three bowling balls are the cover. The purple tank has the purple urethane cover, the thrill has a reactive resin pearl cover, and the desert tank has a microcell pearl cover. If you guys like this video, I would super appreciate it if you hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date every time I drop a new video. And then down below in the description, I have a link to join my Patreon. I am turning that into an unbelievable bowling community. Some of the benefits that you can gain by joining my Patreon are a members only Discord, a members only Facebook group, and then I offer coaching, lane play help, arsenal building, layout assistance, and many more benefits. So click that link down below and join me. I'm gonna take you guys out on the lanes now so we can see what the real differences on lane are between urethane, microcell polymer, and reactive resin. Let me know down below in the comments if you have either the thrill, the desert tank, or the purple tank drilled and what you're thinking about them. So this first ball we're gonna take a look at here is the thrill, the strawberry lemonade, and the layout on this thrill is 45 by 3.5 by 25. So the big differences that I think I'm gonna see between the three bowling balls is that the thrill is gonna be the most shaped down lane while being the longest. Then the purple tank will be the earliest and the smoothest, and then the desert tank will be in a nice little in-between, but closer to the purple tank. So let's see, this first shot here with the thrill. Now, South Point here is a very high friction bowling center, so I do expect this to shape quite a bit. Yeah, that ball pretty much ran over the 8-pin, so I'm definitely gonna have to make a small move left and make sure that I create a little bit more shape. I'm a really big fan of this pink-yellow thrill, especially when I have to throw it into the friction. So we're gonna throw this thrill again from the same spot. Maybe I'll move a little bit left, like maybe 2 and 1 left, because it did run over the 8-pin. But I really like this thrill, especially here in this bowling center. It's really good. So now I'm standing at 30. But remember, guys, I always drift a little bit to the right. So that's pretty good. I missed right by a considerable amount, and it screamed off the friction and struck, which for the sake of this video is a really good thing because the urethane ball will not come off the friction that hard. So now we're gonna switch it over to the purple tank and see what the big difference is gonna be down lane. So this is gonna be the first shot here with the purple tank. Now, I'm not gonna be standing in the same spot that I just struck with the thrill because this is a urethane ball and I know that it's not gonna create anywhere amount of hook potential or shape like this thrill. So the layout on this purple tank is 45 by 4 by 25. It's the more versatile of the two purple tanks that I have, and it's the same layout as the desert tank. So I figured it'd be a good idea to compare these balls. So I'm gonna be standing here around 20 and really try to make sure I get the ball up the lane, not feed it into the friction any earlier than I need to. So that was a pretty good shot. It didn't hook nearly as much as I thought it was going to. So on this next shot here, I'm gonna move like 2 and 1 right. But all in all, I think it's definitely in the right part of the lane, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far. So I'm gonna throw another shot here with this purple tank. I am gonna move a little bit to the right, like maybe 2 and 1 right, and see what the difference on the lane is gonna be. I mean, immediately you can already tell that the down lane reaction is night and day when compared to the thrill. And even though they have the same core, it's just that the covers are so different. And that's what's gonna be the biggest difference. So I was at 20, I'm gonna go to 18, move my eyes right a little bit, and same thing, trying to get it up the lane. See, I thought that was actually a better shot, but I did flat 10. And again, it's because I'm not getting any down lane reaction, which is a good thing. So I think I can actually move even more right, but I'll do that when I get back to the purple tank. I'm gonna go now to the desert tank and to see how close, if it's gonna be closer to the purple or closer to the thrill as far as overall reaction. So now we're gonna transition into this desert tank, and the layout on this desert tank is the same layout that's on the purple. It's 45 by 4 by 25. And so the big differences that I've seen from the purple to the desert is just the shape. This one is very similar to the purple, but just gives me way more shape down lane. So I'm gonna take a guess here and stand around 23 and see what the differences are gonna be down lane. Yeah, so there's a in the front part of the lane, it's very, very similar, at least in my eyes, but down lane, it's producing significantly more shape. I'm gonna throw another shot with that desert tank and see if I can get the ball right a little bit and see what the difference is gonna be. So I'm gonna throw another shot here with this desert tank. Now everyone knows the desert tank is my favorite ball of all time. So I really wanna see what the difference is between, because all three of these bowling balls are typically in my arsenal. So again, I'm gonna stand at 23, but this time I'm gonna try to really feed it to the right a little bit and see what happens. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the desert tank. So now I'm 6 shots in this video, and the biggest difference, I mean, exactly what I thought was gonna happen pretty much happened. The thrill was gonna be the most angular, then the purple was the earliest and the smoothest, while the desert tank being in between, but still closer to the purple than the thrill. So now I'm gonna go back here to strawberry lemonade, and I'm going to still try to create that shape and see if any of the urethane shots have created any more carry down or anything. So same spot here, we're gonna be at 30 and creating a lot more shape than we were with the desert and the purple. Yeah, I'm a really big fan of this thrill. The way it comes off the spot is so, so good. Now, if I do miss in with this thrill, the cover on it is not gonna handle the higher volumes of oil. So you really wanna make sure that when you're in this thrill, that you're gonna send it a little bit to the right. Now this next shot, I'm gonna move way right with the thrill and play a similar area like I'm playing with the desert and the purple. So this next shot here with the thrill, like I said, I'm gonna move way right and play a similar part of the lane like I was with the purple and with the desert. So I was standing at 30, I'm gonna go to like 22 and see what it gives me. So 22, see what happens. So it was actually close. It was actually closer than I thought it was gonna be, but it got to the back part of the lane and really jumped left. Overall, I really think that this thrill is a very versatile piece and absolute bang for your buck. So now we're gonna go to the desert tank, and I'm gonna throw another shot from that good part of the lane with the desert, and then I'm gonna move way left and see what the difference is gonna be. So we're back here in the desert tank. I'm gonna throw another shot from where I think that this ball can really strike with, and then after that, I'm gonna move way left and see if I can slow hook it enough. I don't think it'll create anywhere near the same amount of shape as the thrill, but I do think that I can find a way to get it back to the pocket because it is microcell, it's not urethane. So again, I'm standing here like 23, trying to feed it into the friction. Absolute 10 out of 10 off my hand on that ball. And that's exactly the reason why I love this desert tank so much. So this next shot, I'm gonna move left and see if I can create that shape. Now, the one big thing that I haven't talked about yet is chemically, the difference between reactive resin, urethane, and microcell polymer. The reactive resin bowling ball is going to absorb oil every time you throw it down the lane. Urethane is not gonna absorb any oil whatsoever. Then the microcell polymer is going to absorb oil more than urethane, but significantly less than the reactive resin, which is why you see such a big difference in shape between the three bowling balls. So now I'm gonna get in this desert tank, stand 30 like I was with the thrill, and the thrill looked amazing from 30. So were my feet at 30. So we're gonna see how close this is gonna be. I can't imagine they'll be that close. I'm definitely gonna try to slow it down a little bit. See what happens here. That's exactly why the Desert Tank is my favorite ball of all time. It looks really, really good from straight, and it looked really, really good when I got left. Now, the Thrill looked really good from left because it is reactive resin, but it didn't look amazing when I got straighter just because of how violently it reacted to the friction. So now we're gonna take it back to the Purple Tank. So now we're gonna transition back into this Purple Tank, and I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with the Thrill and with the Desert. I'm gonna throw this first shot from a part of the lane that I think I'm gonna strike with. Remember, the last shot I threw with the Purple, I left a flat 10, so I'm gonna move a little bit right, see if I can kick out that 10 pin. And then after that, I'm gonna move way left and see if I can replicate the same spot that I threw the Thrill and the Desert Tank. And I think that's where you're gonna see the biggest difference as far as motion, where the Thrill got back really fast down lane, and then the Desert struggled, but still got to the pocket. I think that's where you're gonna see the biggest difference in this ball. So I'm gonna be here 17, just trying to get the ball to get into a roll a little bit earlier, see if I can kick out that 10 pin. So that was very, very slow, and it hooked a lot. So I'm actually gonna throw one more shot with the Purple from the same spot, see if I can really show you guys a good shot before I move left. So this next shot here with the Purple, I'm really gonna make sure that I get my speed where it needs to be. So see if we can't make that happen. Same spot, 17, just make sure I don't throw it slow. Get the speed right where it needs to be. Perfect. So that speed was right where I needed to be, in the right part of the lane, and it looked absolutely amazing. And I was standing around 17 at the start, but remember, I do drift to the right a little bit. So this next shot, we're gonna move way left and see if I can create that shape with the Purple Tank. So this is gonna be the last shot here of the video. I'm really gonna try to see if I can make this ball get back to the pocket from way left, like I did with the Desert, like I did with the Thrill. So again, I'm standing 30. Really gonna try to slow hook it, but feed the ball to the right. Maybe? Nah. So that's a really good example of what happens when you try to shape urethane. The Thrill from that spot, like I said, screamed off the friction and ran over the 8 pin and still struck. The Desert Tank from there, it didn't struggle to come around the corner. It was like labored, like chugging down the lane, but still got to the pocket and struck. The Purple from there really struggled to come around the corner. Very, very slow, and left a really, really flat 10 pin. So guys, thank you so much for joining me in this video. Let me know what you guys are thinking about these 3 bowling balls, and don't forget to sign up for Patreon. Well, there you have it, folks. There's my in-depth analysis comparing urethane, microcell polymer, and reactive resin. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought about this video, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future, click right here to watch one of my other videos. Click right here to subscribe. Till next time, guys.